All right, folks, just got done with a little McCafe coffee and the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Heading over to the cafe, the home of 600 of your favorite beers, microbrews, craft beers, and all of your favorites. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask my producer, Michael Doomer, to give us his thoughts on who he thinks the Panthers will be playing in their postseason bowl game. Will it be West Virginia? Michael.
Well, that's a really good question, Rob. You look at the landscape of college football right now, and the way I see bowls is bowls are supposed to unite the United States. They're supposed to be pulling from one side of the coast to the other side of the coast. So, although I'd like to see West Virginia and Pitt play again, the rivalry, we saw the 13-9 game and everyone referencing that when Pitt beat Clemson. I don't think it's going to happen no matter what the bowl is. I think they're going to try and pull some a little bit on the other side of the United States to maybe try and draw that fan base. College football is a business, and you got to look at it that way. And sometimes, when you have teams too close together, you don't necessarily pull the ticket sales you're looking to pull. So, though I'd like to see it, I highly doubt it.
All right, folks, Kristen Calandra, but before we get her, my rendition of Jingle Bells, Holly Jolly, Fatheads Brewery. I love this stuff. All right, Kristen, what do we got?
Well, it's getting to be Christmas time, so a good quick gift idea is the Gommer bottles. Just tie a nice bow around them. We have Rogue's Santa's Private Reserve, Port Brewing Santa's Little Helper. It's an Imperial Stout. Locally, we've got Sly Fox Christmas Ale. Good thing about this one is it does have a To From sticker already on it. And then Penn Brewery's St. Nicholas Bach, the Brewer's Reserve of it.
Up on the housetop, click, 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 St. Nick. I absolutely love it. So, anything else we know that we should be telling about the people other than Thirsty Thursday's got to be 21 to sample every Thursday at 5. But when it comes to this time of year, a lot of holiday favorites drop, right?
Yes, we've got a lot of holiday favorites out. I'm also starting to make baskets that I had last year, where I just go through and I pick some of my favorite beers, put them in a basket, have them shrink wrapped with bows. Makes it very quick and easy gift, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Santa's big helper when it comes to your favorite beer, Kristen Calandra. Now, I got some more of my elves working overtime, and I am going to back up, as you can see. Your Pratte Packs, well, very talented. I can walk backwards and continue to talk. I hope so anyway. Listen, here they are. Ladies and gentlemen, he, of course, from Vantage Management Group. I always have an attorney with me because you never know when one's going to come in handy. Greg Diolis. And here he is, jolly old St. Bob from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
I have the paper right here.
Do you really? I'm glad you do. Now, I wanted to buy the guys lunch today. So I went to that section. Look up in the sky. It's Mighty Dog. Purina, you got 2 beagles at home?
2 beagles. Grady, Grizzly and Sage. 13 years old.
And this is for you, I take it, right?
Yeah, they don't do the coffee thing.
All right, there you go, folks. You got that. Now, it's also time to talk football. And the only way I can talk football is by serving up some Roonies. It doesn't get much better. This is a Pittsburgh tradition. If not, it will be in my lifetime. Love Roonies. I'm going to leave it right here on the table. Let's talk about the Steelers coming off that win against Indianapolis without Andrew Luck. Your impression? I was very happy, more so, even though Antonio Brown got 3 touchdowns and Le'Veon Bell had a big game. I like the fact that the defense was actually coming up big. Artie Burns with an interception. It was Stephon Tuitt coming up with some big hits. Davis had some big hits. They just seem to be more aggressive, flying to the football. And if I'm Coach Butler, I'm happy with it.
Well, I think another guy on defense that they are getting some productivity out of now is Shazier, who seems to be over the injury bug, really playing well. Had a real good play on that goal line stand where he kind of cut down and got some props from the color commentator of the game. So if he's going to come in there and play like he has, could be a big lift for the Steelers down that stretch.
My impressions?
Ed Sullivan.
You win 2 road games in 4 days and you get the weekend off. It does at least set the table for you for a little nice little stretch run. What they do with the season from here on is going to determine how successful they're going to be.
Well, they got to be odds-on favorites now, Bob, to win that division, though. As bad as the division is.
I would say so, yeah. Yeah. And after the Giants next week, they don't play a team with a winning record.
Giants take on Cleveland today, and Cincinnati and Baltimore go at it. Who do you like in that game?
Well, I like Cincinnati, but I was feared of it. Cincinnati sealed its fate last year with that playoff loss. They're just not the same team. And Baltimore's at home. So the Ravens probably. The Browns, what a mess. One of these weekends they're going to win a game. It may not be this year, it may not be this decade.
All right, I was talking to Michael Doomer, our exceptional producer, Waynesburg graduate, on who he thought the Panthers would play in a bowl game. As much as we like it would be West Virginia, he brought up a very good point. It's a business where they try to bring fans from all over the country to common ground, okay, to where everyone benefits. He thinks they'll be going out west to bring someone here or for us to go there as opposed to us playing West Virginia. And when I say we're from Pittsburgh, so we're the Panther fans, and we're hoping that whoever they play, it'll be a good game and one worth watching.
I think we still have some of those bowl alliances that are automatic type bids that are out there, and consensus among the folks seemingly in the know at the game yesterday seemed to be that it's likely to head into the Pinstripe Bowl in New York at Yankee Stadium without a determination as to who they will be playing.
That's not a bad bowl for them. It's within a reasonable distance. The fans can travel, and they'll likely get a decent opponent in Yankee Stadium. What's wrong with that?
I'm hoping for either the belt or there's a game in Atlanta also, or Orlando, which would be nice to go for weather purposes between Christmas and New Year's.
Pittsburgh Penguins, Crosby gets his 15th goal of the career, of this year rather I should say, and the shootout goal went to Chris Letang. They beat Jersey 4-3. Another long layoff. They won't skate again until Wednesday at the Barclays Centers against the Islanders. They've had a few hiccups along the way. They got beat up by the Rangers, came back and beat them at the Garden. Then they got beat in a matinee game at Minnesota in the last couple of days too. So the big story right now is Marc-Andre Fleury, not his future as a goaltender, because I think he's good enough to be around for a while, still young, but the question is, will he be with the Penguins much longer?
Yeah, a couple of tough starts for him. You can't lay it all on him, but it certainly goes on the resume. So we'll see. Schedule making in the NHL is a fun. 4 games in 6 days, layoff. What are they doing?
Starting to remind us a little bit of Francisco Liriano, huh? Well, I mean, just one of those goaltenders. There's a lot of analogies that are similar between goaltending and starting pitching, and as long as you have good goaltending in the NHL, you're going to be okay, and the Pens are going to be okay. And I don't think he's going to remain in a season-long slump. He'll be fine. But that was a big win, getting 2 points yesterday, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Pretty nice 2 points they got.
Keep looking at the HDTVs. Where are my Steelers? Well, they are off until next week when they take on the New York Giants. Have a great rest of your holiday weekend. And don't forget, Rob Pratte Monday night starts at 7 with the Allegheny Health Network program Medical Frontiers. Audrey Gusky, professor of marketing from Duquesne, talks Black Friday and tomorrow's Cyber Monday. And Susan Zemecki from the Carnegie Science Center, the director of marketing, stops by to talk about the miniature railroad, which is a tradition here in Western Pennsylvania. Have a great rest of your day, and so long from the Coons Cafe. Coons Market on McKnight Road, a special place in your neighborhood.